mumbo jumbo because I'm kind of all over the place with this one. I got like 5 different topics. We're live. Oh, in 5, 4, 3. Okay, yeah. So the first topic I want to cover is pretty tame, relatively tame. You ever like we just went grocery shopping to Costco? You ever realize it's a pain? You ever? I mean, it's not realistically, it's not that big a deal. But like, you ever realize like how mundane of a task it is that you just do it now? Just do it all the time. You just go grocery shopping. That's fucked up to think about. Yeah. I'm like, oh, we're going to the store. Holy shit. Because I hated going to the store. Mhm. Yep. Yep. It makes it infinitely better. And shout out all the moms there for doing it, but the boys made it a lot better. Yes. Yes. Hmm. Yep. Dude, my mom would just leave me alone. She would send me to, like, the Lego aisle or the video game aisle, and I would just stay there the whole time. She'd come pick me up when she's done. Yep. Well, back then, they had the fucking gaming consoles, like, you had the fucking Xbox controllers sticking out of the wall, and you'd play, like, I don't know, fucking audio. No! Technical difficulty.
Alright. Motherfucker. Alright. That's alright. That's alright. I
That's
had
shot.
no
I mean, it
audio for the first
that
couple. Oh, but it was some
wasn't even that
good
good of a
shit.
topic.
Alright, but I remember why I went to the grocery store for the first time. I remember what got me in the grocery store for the first time with the boys. And it was when on YouTube, you'd see all these videos of people hiding behind toilet paper, making toilet paper forts and
Oh,
hiding for
dude, the
24
Walmart
hours.
forts?
The Walmart
Yes,
forts were
dude.
legendary. I was seeing those and I'd go,
Yes.
I gotta do that. And I tried one time,
Mhm.
got scared about getting caught, and never tried it again. But I think about it every
Really?
single time I've thought about it. Yeah.
I did it a lot. I did it, like,
You would
all
do
the
it?
time.
You
Every
would?
time I went into Walmart, I would make a
Hell
fort.
yeah.
Every single time.
I remember one time I went with my boy, and then we get to the toilet paper aisle, and he goes, check this out. He already had a fort. They hadn't broken it down yet. He
Damn!
already had one. He had
Damn,
a
he had that
pre-built.
shit set.
Yep, he had a
Those shelves
pre-built
were
in there.
deep too.
That
You
shit.
could get pretty fucking in there.
Dude, people were like bringing in fucking TVs and consoles and stuff and just like going.
Yep.
They were ripping. That shit was awesome.
Yeah.
Being able, the grocery
Man,
store, I think it used to have
dude.
so much more whimsy and wonder when we were kids. Even when you were like a kid
Well,
and you were just walking around with your mom, you'd be like, "They got Uncrustables there, mom. I need those Uncrustables." She'd
yep.
be like, "Fucking," she'd slap your hand. She'd be like, "Get the hell out of here with that bullshit. We're not
Dude,
getting
I
you no damn
always wanted to do the
Uncrustables."
fucking I always wanted to do the fucking overnight stay where you stay in a
Yeah,
grocery store
that would
past
be
its
the
closed.
sickest.
That's always seemed fun.
That was the move. That was why I loved the toilet paper forts. They looked so sick.
Yep.
They would just let you. They wouldn't even let you. You'd be like hiding from the
Yeah,
police.
you'd have to like find a quick entry
I
when
don't
no
know.
one's
I don't
around.
know why I always assumed I was like, dude, the security guards must have been going crazy back then. They were really serious. They were gonna find you and they were gonna do something about it. I think you could just like be hanging
You can
out.
pretty easily.
I think you could do it real. I think you just hang out and they won't find you and they won't care.
Yeah.
And you could just stay
Especially at
there.
our Walmart because the workers
Yeah.
didn't really care. But yeah,
Especially
no.
before it became a
Grocery
super Walmart.
store.
The old Walmart before it was a super Walmart
Oh, I
has
never
to
did
have
it
been a
there.
fucking menace. I don't think you could get
That
away
place
with
was
that at a
sick, dude. We
Target.
had an arcade. We had a fucking arcade
Like
there and a fucking
McDonald's.
McDonald's
That
built
was
into it. It was one
the
of
sickest.
the last bastions of the cool Walmarts.
Where they got
It was
Subways.
awesome. Yeah, dude. And that blows. Then they
Some bad news
fucking
bears, man. Some bad news bears.
affiliated themselves with who? What's his name? Jared Fogle?
Yeah. No, oh
Yeah,
shit, they did tie themselves. Walmart and Jared Fogle are one and the same nowadays.
essentially.
Can't
I
have
mean,
one
that's where
without the
everyone
other.
gets caught when they're pedophiles. They go to Walmart.
They do go to dude. They get caught. They're always in like the most suspicious aisle. They're in like the diaper aisle too. You think
Yeah.
those pred hunters have to be just setting that up for the funniest clips?
Also, don't you think you would have seen that by now?
Yeah. You
Like, why
think
does this kid want to meet me in aisle 13 in the Walmart?
those guys should? Okay, here's the truth of the matter. They're getting retarded guys. They're getting guys that
Yeah,
don't
they
know
are
any
getting
better,
retards.
and they're not like all there mentally. These dudes are kind of getting tricked, and it's I'd say it's only about
But
65% their fault. I'd say it's mostly their fault, but there is a lot of fault under people who are like, because these dudes like, okay, they're not texting like a kid would text. They're texting like how a kid would text an adult if they were trying to entrap them.
yeah,
They're not hitting them with fucking I was at school today and Cindy was being mean to me. They're hitting like, oh my god, I was just thinking about boys for the
yeah,
first time ever. They're hitting like
yeah.
they're seducing these retarded guys and it's kind of fucked up.
I
I
mean,
don't
it's just fucking. It's weird though.
It is
Like,
weird. It's weird for
if
both
they,
parties. Both parties
yeah,
are kind of fucking goofy cuz on one hand, you're a special guy and you're getting hit up on like I don't know where are they finding them? Where
I
are the
don't
pred
know.
hunters going where the preds are hanging out? First of all, why do the hunters know where these guys are hanging out? Cuz they're finding them
It's
all the time.
probably like Reddit.
I
It's
think
probably like Reddit or
yeah,
fucking. Does 4chan have that? I would assume that'd be like a thing for 4chan.
4chan more has like basement dwelling like QAnon guys. I don't
But do
know.
they have like private messaging though?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, well then probably not then.
Well, it used to
But
be
it's
when we were young. It was Kick. Kick was fucked up when we were young,
I never used Kick. I downloaded it and I
dude.
never made an account, never nothing.
Yep. I downloaded it. I texted like one actual friend on it, and then I heard about cheesy pizza group chats, and I was like, I'm not touching that shit. I was like 13. I was like,
Whoa, it was actually called that?
I'm pretty sure like because they would just like add random people, and I'm pretty sure one like cheesy pizza group chat texted me, and I was like, whoa, I gotta get out of here.
Oh
This is
man.
fucking crazy. I was prime age to get picked up. I was
Damn, dude.
probably 10 or 11 if I had to
You're
guess.
getting baited.
I was getting baited. Oh, dodged that shit. I was out of there. Oh,
Jesus
that
Christ.
reminds me of my other close encounter of the third kind. You know about this one. Close encounter of the retarded kind. Uh this guy, dude, I had hella long hair in 8th grade. And I was
I
riding
remember
my
that, yeah.
yeah, and I was riding my scooter home because I would ride a scooter to school in middle school because I wanted to get bullied for some reason. I'm pretty sure I
It had
should.
the big ass wheels.
Yep, big ass wheels. I should have
Yeah.
got pushed off that thing frequently. I should have been getting pushed off that thing like
Yeah.
daily. I should have been getting bullied way hard. I deserved
Quick
it.
off topic. I remember seeing you doing that before I knew you, and I made the connection like a few years later. I was like,
Damn.
that kid's so gay, dude.
Dude,
And then I like years go by, I'm like, oh, that
oh
was
my
Trevor,
god, that's my
dude.
roommate, dude. Wait, so you knew me. You knew what I was up to.
I
You
knew
knew the
you,
shit I was
yes.
up to. You saw that, you were like,
Yes.
"Oh my god." You were going home and playing like Modern Warfare.
Halo.
You were going
Yeah.
home playing
Yeah.
Halo 4 and I was for real going home and like playing Pokemon on my DS, exactly what you'd expect a kid on the scooter to be doing. I was doing to a T exactly what you expect the kid on the scooter to be doing. But
That's
as
pretty
I
sick
was
though.
as I was doing my thing, I even had my mom made me wear the helmet. I wore the helmet. You probably saw that
Oh,
too. It was a
was it the
dumbass
spike
helmet.
one?
No, it was just
No.
gray fucking. I might have had a spiked one for a while.
I feel like you did.
There's a chance for it.
Someone did.
I know I had it was a skater helmet, but I was using it to ride a scooter. It was like, the like
Nice.
the straight dome.
Yep.
Thank God I wasn't just rolling around on a bike helmet because
Yeah.
I was bike helmet on a mountain bike in the middle of town. I also did that in middle school and high school. And I wondered why I had nothing
Oh
going on.
man.
I was like questioning why I had nothing going on, no hoes, no nothing, barely any friends, and then I was still doing that fucking mountain bike, mountain bike, and like the
Hindsight is 2020, dog.
hindsight is 2020. Honestly, I wouldn't have it any other way.
It's
What
pretty
made
good way
me
to go
that's
though.
what made me the man I am today. Being basically, dude, I was so close to becoming one of those retarded guys that gets pred hunted.
Oh,
Dude,
I was like, where are you
dude.
going with this, dude?
If you're rolling around on a scooter and then a mountain bike with this bike helmet on, You are
Yeah.
close to being like a dude that licks ice cream at a ripe age of like 25. I'm like walking around the school. I'm like walking around town with a fucking ice cream cone licking it. That's exactly what I was this
It's a
close to
pretty good
becoming.
insult, actually.
That would be
You're an ice
fucking
cream licker.
crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm a day walker.
Yeah.
I
And
was
his daywalker
this
shit.
close. Oh my god. But I was rolling around on my scooter in 8th grade with my long hair, my luscious locks, and all of a sudden this lady pulls up next to me in her car and she goes, "Hey kid, that guy was following you." And it was like this, there was a minivan with like blacked out windows. It was like a tan minivan with like dumbass decals on the windows covering it up. She was like, "That guy was following you. I think he's going to do something. Do you want me to guide you home? Do you want me to like keep you safe, get you home?" And I was like, no, my grandparents' house is right there. I think I'm just going to go there then, I guess." And I get home, I get over to my grandparents' house. I was like, "Nana, Papa, this lady told me I was about to get kidnapped. I think there was a guy following me." And they're like, "What?" They call my parents. My parents come pick me up, and I had to like talk to the police, dude. That was nuts. I had to talk to the
Well,
cops,
wasn't the lady like kind of in on it? Like
so
it seemed like she was in on it.
that's what the cop told me. The cop goes, "It's a really good thing that you didn't let that lady guide you home. She was probably a part of it. It was probably a scheme from the both of them." And I was like, on one hand, I'm like, I guess that makes sense because what the fuck? Why is she doing that? Why is she asking to like guide me home instead of like, I
Hmm.
don't know, asking to call my parents or something? But on the other hand, she might have just been like a lady that just saw it because, dude,
Yeah,
my grandparents'
I would have
house,
fallen for that no problem.
my
I'm like,
grandparents'
okay,
house
yeah,
was right between two schools. Why is this dude?
yeah.
This dude is going for like, he's kind of shooting fish in a barrel. He's kind of playing on easy mode. It's not fucking. It's crazy that he failed on like his, hopefully his first attempt,
Definitely
because
not.
definitely not his first. He sucked at it then if that wasn't his first attempt.
I don't know if you know this. That town that we came from
Big Pred.
is not like, what's the word?
It's not Sunnyvale.
Um, it's not stranger to those kind of activities.
Oh, you went on Megan's Law.
It's I went on Megan's Law,
You
and
start looking around. You start seeing.
I'm gonna say a lot of people in there don't look like us.
No,
Surprisingly,
really, a lot of
nope.
really.
Surprisingly,
I
this
for
is gonna
real
sound fucked up,
for
and I'm
the
purely looking at the statistics that I saw.
okay.
Most of them were Asian.
Real.
Most of them were Asian.
They do make a lot of porn about doing shit like that. They do
There's the
really like
businessman law,
that.
dude. Can't adopt if they're like what,
I don't know that.
13? You
Oh,
didn't know
they
about the
can.
law?
They can adopt if they're 13.
No,
Oh
they got rid of
no.
that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my god, man. Oh man, that's actually surprising because
Crazy shit.
that's not even a big demographic in that town.
No, it's really not. And
So
but I mean, you have like the certain quadrants of our town, right? The
yeah,
top left, and that would be the
that's the rich whites.
northwest.
Yep.
That's the rich whites.
Mm-hmm.
The northeast is like actually very
Ghetto.
Mexican,
Yep.
very Mexican, and then the southwest is like
South.
the it's not that's like
It's
this business
mixed.
area. It's
Southwest,
pretty
like
mixed there.
where I was at, like that. Well, I
Yeah,
was like
it's
the
pretty
very
mixed over there.
it's
That
pretty
might be
mixed.
the Asian spot actually.
Yeah, because I had a lot of. That's where Nathan's from.
Hmm.
Nathan,
One Asian guy over there.
I know what, and then Henry's technically part of that quadrant because the southeast I would present as the most Muzz, the highest
Yes.
ratio of Muzz. That was our
Yes.
town. Looking at us, looking at you and me, and where we come from, a lot of people really do assume we come from Whiteville. A lot of
It's
people look
really
at us.
not like
It's
that though.
not. We were. I stand by. We were a minority in our high school.
Oh
We
yeah,
were
one hundred
not. We
percent,
were not the fuck. We're not
one
crushing
hundred
it,
percent.
and that's fine by me. That's cool. I don't care.
And the thing is, they used to bring people from the other town,
Mhm.
the second dangerous town in
Yeah.
America. Hint, hint.
Is it really the second most dangerous town in America?
I don't know if it still is, but it was rated the second dangerous town at some point. Well, it's a city, but
Yeah.
um,
Not
they used
good.
to the school lines used to be different. So you used to get kids from that town coming in,
Yeah.
and that town is
Well,
heavily
those kids would
ghetto.
like live with their grandparents so they could go to that school instead of going to the
Yeah.
schools down
Well,
there.
they just set the address as that. That's what George
Yeah.
did.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah, because
Yeah.
George would have been up here. George technically should have
Yeah.
gone to school up here. He just lived with his grandparents, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
But on a higher note, I got one more thing I
Yeah.
wanted to talk
Got
about.
another
It's
steamer.
pretty, dude. It's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
So imagine this, right?
Hmm.
I'm walking up to my girlfriend's house, and I see this canal, and I'm looking at it as I'm walking up, and I see four dudes absolutely kitted on some fucking bikes riding down the canal.
Spandex.
Old dudes, spandex, going,
Spandex
I
the
heard you
fucking
guys talking about
glasses.
chains. I'm due for mine. For some reason in my head, I was like, that is the
Whoa.
move, dude. Just get your
They're
boys
just
and
talking
some mountain
gear.
bikes and bike in the evening, dude. That is so awesome.
Any hobby where you get to hang with your boys and talk gear
Yes.
is the coolest.
Yes, dude. It's
Yep.
awesome. Can you imagine? Like, hey man, let's meet at this fucking restaurant and then we'll go bike afterwards. Or like we'll meet up at so and so's house and we'll go ride to this restaurant. That sounds awesome.
That's exactly what the
Am
kids
I
that are
just being
outside our
old?
house are gonna do. That's exactly
I hope so.
the kids on our block that are outside riding their bikes every night are someday going to become that. They're gonna be going, "Hey Bill, you gonna go ride our bikes on the weekend? We're going 15
Mm-hmm.
kilometers. You in for
Yep.
that? You ready for that kind of action?" I know, right?
Yep.
It's pretty hefty. It's gonna be pretty difficult. You're gonna have to put on your spandex, get ready, because we're gonna sweat it out, brother.
And then you have the water bottle in between the frame. You just fucking
Yup. Water bottle in the front. They're hitting the
not.
Gatorade
I
bottle.
mean, you don't even gotta hit like distance on it. Just cruising.
No.
That'd be sick,
Cruising?
dude. Just
You
cruising.
can't hit
Getting
a
a
low
hey man,
rider
I found this
cruiser.
trail. No, no, you can't. You can't.
Oh,
It's got to be an
yeah.
all terrain. But
Mm-hmm.
you hit a fucking dude. I found this trail. Let's go hit it.
Yep.
That would be so sick, dude.
That's premium.
That'd
Hitting a
be
trail in
awesome.
general would be premium. I ain't gonna lie.
Yep. Yeah. But
Why
I'm
is
not
hiking?
really.
Hiking is like the new hobby for some people. I don't know where it came from. A lot of people were not going outdoors like that, but all of a sudden, like the last 2 or 3 years, it's hiking. Probably since COVID, I think. You know what I mean? Everybody talks like I never heard about that at all when I was young. It was like you had to be a legit dude if you wanted to hike. Now it's just like
Yeah.
now you
Now
can
it's just
just
like
kind of
regular
hike.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are like taking water
I
like
mean,
just a normal hydro flask and going out. It's kind of sick. It does rule.
it is sick. But then you get the people who like they hike and it's like a 20-minute walk to a waterfall.
Yeah. Now, don't
It's
get me
not really
wrong.
hiking.
Don't get me wrong. Going on a 20-minute walk to a waterfall does rule.
It
It's not
does.
hiking. Because
It's
okay,
not hiking.
hiking you definitely have to break a sweat and like have snacks if you're hiking
Yes.
for a real
Yes.
ass
When I
hike.
picture hiking, I'm picturing like you're wearing like for real boots so you don't twist your ankle.
Yeah.
Not just like fucking whatever running shoes you had.
Yeah. Dude,
But
when I went down to visit my sister a couple weeks ago, we were trying to go drink on a beach, right? Cuz she's 21
mm,
now. And we're like we get to this like campground, we're like we know there's a beach here. We start walking a path. We start walking this path and for after a while like they pull out my sister and her boyfriend, they're both like they're outdoorsy people. They have hiking apps. Like they know shit. They
mm,
pull it out, they're looking at it, they're like, "We're going the wrong way." We turn around and it was like a normal path. Like we were just walking along. I had like a heavy bag of booze, just like cans of cans of Cutwaters and shit. And we
yep.
turn around and we find this little like cutout. It's like so we were on like a normal path that's like a two-person walking wide, and we backtrack a little bit and we look over. It's overgrown, pretty narrow, but it's pointing straight to the ocean, and we're like, all right. And we were definitely like 150 feet up from water level at this point.
Mm-hmm.
We start walking that dude. That was a hike. That was a real hike.
Really?
We started losing elevation fast. At a certain point, there was a rope tied to a root, and we had to fucking shimmy our way down across
Ooh,
slippery clay and shit. And I was like, dude, we're gonna try and get back up this drunk.
that's awesome.
That
That's
ruled. That was
awesome.
fun. And we came out the end of the path, I didn't even know if it was a path. I think it was just somebody just like walked it one day and they were like, all right, we're fucking doing this now. At the end of it, there was like
Yeah.
a trickling waterfall. It was like super small, but it was pretty beautiful. And that beach
Yeah.
was sick. I would go back there in a heartbeat. Find little hidden gems along the coast up here. It's kind of, that brings me to something I think about a lot actually. I've been thinking about this a lot because you always hear people, we live in California. We're California, we're a bunch of blue state bitches, And when you live in California, everyone just goes, I can't wait to get out of California. I can't wait to get out of here. This sucks. I'm trying to get out of here. It's too expensive. Everything's blows. It's too hot. But then you drive like an hour and you see Lake Tahoe, and then you drive another hour and you see the Golden Gate Bridge, and you go, I think
Hmm.
there's a reason it kind of rules to be here and it's expensive. I think there
Yeah,
is a reason.
if you're in the valley, you're always like 2 hours away from snow, 2 hours away from the ocean, 6 hours from Disneyland's not that bad, and
Mm-hmm.
then you're in the middle of everything. You can see all
Yeah.
different seasons.
There's
So
people that never see sick shit. They got like decent
yeah, if
nature,
you're living in fucking like Montana, dude,
you don't see sick
dude.
shit. You got
No,
like
you don't.
you got some lakes you and your boys go to. You probably do see sick
Yeah,
shit, but you don't see San Francisco, even though it's a shithole. You don't see shit like that, and you don't
yeah.
see everything else that comes with it. So I think just living exactly here in the capital of California is probably the worst place. I think
It's
there's
pretty fucking bad.
I think I think there's a golden ratio location. We just haven't found it yet, and there is somewhere where it's going to be expensive, but it is going to be nice.
I think it's Napa.
You think
I think it is
Napa's the move?
Napa.
Napa know-how?
Yep, Napa know how.
I
Dude,
see
Napa
that.
is the fucking wine capital of the world.
Yeah,
Like
true.
it's just vineyards as far as the eye can see, and you have these beautiful houses, and like you're even closer to the bay.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really that far. It's like a 45, maybe 30-minute drive from here.
Damn.
So
That's
I mean,
true.
it's pretty good deal,
And it's
and
not.
you're in a really good area.
Yeah, I bet being like 20 minutes outside of Napa, like the next town over, probably is perfect. It's probably
Probably,
prime living.
yeah,
That's like retirement and or raise a familyville. That's what I'm
yeah.
thinking. I don't think,
You probably
dude.
don't get that like pretentious Napa fucking personality
Yeah,
if you move there. You're like, we live next to it, so you just affiliate yourself with them, but you're not
yeah.
really a Napa person.
Because there's no way I raise family in fucking Sacramento. No fucking
Dude,
chance.
I hope not.
Hell
You
no.
can't fucking do anything. It's fucked up.
Hmm.
You come from a small town where there's literally nothing to do. There's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
You have a movie theater that sucks, a bowling alley that opens after you leave.
Yep.
Like there's nothing to do there.
Uh-huh.
And then you come to a major city, right?
Metropolitan City.
Yeah, you assume there's a ton of stuff to do here, but now you're fucking renting
Now
and you
you're
have to work.
broke.
So
And
now you
you have a
can't do
job.
anything.
Shit
Now you go,
sucks.
oh, I would love to go do this fucking escape room. It's $400 for my whole party to do it of
Yep.
3 people, maybe.
Oh my god.
It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. You can't do anything anymore. Like you can go
Oh.
bowling. You can do that maybe once a month.
I've been getting blackpilled by like dumbed down math. By really dumbed down math.
Like girl math.
No. No. Like math that people who are smart put in Neanderthal terms. So
Supply and demand, like
in
as dumbed down as that.
in 1950 or something like that, the minimum wage was $3.25. But a Coca-Cola costs 35 cents. So for
Mhm.
every hour of work you do, you could buy 10 Coca-Colas.
That's how I do math.
Yep. Modern day minimum wage is $70.25, which is 200% increase. But a
Federally.
Coca-Cola, yes, but a Coca-Cola is $3. So
Yep.
now you can
So
only
about
buy
2 Cokes.
2 Cokes per hour.
Uh,
I see that, And for some reason, that's what breaks through into my Neanderthal mind. That's what breaks through and makes me go, mm,
Yeah,
mm.
dude.
I just sit there and go, mm.
See, the problem is I don't know. I try to understand. We actually just had a conversation about this
Mm,
last night about Legos of all things.
yeah,
And
Legos.
the our friend, right, he was trying to make the point that Legos are overpriced. And I don't disagree with him. It's a fucking plastic brick
It's
made
toys.
for kids. It's toys. But then you break it down and you go, okay, you have to pay the designer. Someone had to put this together. They claim it as a premium product, so they get the premium product markup. And
Mm-hmm.
then you have to have someone build the instruction manuals and they have to like piece it together and actually understand, all right, this is the paint code we need. And then there's a whole like chain of events that have to occur to make one fucking Lego
It
set.
does take for
And then
real
they just mass
engineers.
produce it.
Yeah.
But the problem is like I can't I don't think I can comprehend like actually how much that costs to do. Cause you see like I don't know these fucking pliers. Okay,
Yeah.
these pliers I think I got them for like $3. I would assume it cost them maybe 50 cents to make, but that's not true. It I like realistically for things I've seen recently, it would probably cost them like $1.25 to make these. Like they're not profiting a lot, but in the grand scheme
Yeah.
of things, it is a
They're
lot of
making
money.
money. Yeah.
So I don't understand. I get where you're coming from, but I don't understand like how those things work. Like if things cost more, what's making it cost more? Because minimum wage isn't going up. They're not paying more people more money.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the problem is they're having more people do more things for cheaper. It's because
yeah.
there are too many people.
Are you talking about H1?
I'm t- that's not
Because we got into
entirely
that.
That's not entirely. That is a part of the overall problem, but the fact that there are so many people, the people outnumber the product to an extent. Out because now
Mhm.
there has to be a million different products for the 10 million different people. So now
Yeah.
the products have to compete more with each other, but also that means they have to be more expensive so that when they are making a lower margin of sales compared to the rest of the competition, they still have to make a profit. But that's not happening for the workers. The workers are not part of that product scale that's getting scaled wage wise appropriately. They're not getting that
Hmm.
same markup because there's so much competition. They're actually getting marked down because there's so much competition because it's an inverse effect. When there's more people, that means they can find who will take the lowest amount of money. That means they can find the least common denominator, and the competition is inverse. Because even though people will buy the pliers that are cheaper are probably made cheaper and will break sooner. But that's not exactly how people are valued. People aren't valued if they're doing a low skill job. They're not valued for how good they are doing it. They're valued for being able to fill the slot. So they're going to find the cheapest person to fill the slot. That's why teenagers work at fast food restaurants. That's why fucking drug addicts work at gas stations. But
Yeah. Who
there's
can they pay the
no
least?
they're looking to see who can they can pay the least, and they do that all across the board. But it's just the pay doesn't reflect actually what it should be if everything was inflating at the same rate.
Mm.
It's the same with house prices. Median house price and median household income used to be on the same steady incline, but then at some point the house price kept inclining and the income stabilized, plateaued.
Yeah.
It's been at a
Plateaued.
very
Yeah.
it's not increasing at the same rate, and that's why people aren't buying houses as much. That's why people aren't buying anything as much. If you were to be able to keep up with inflation, you need to make about $1.50 raise every year. Not many people are getting that. Not a lot of people are getting that, and that's to stay at the same level. If you don't get $1.50 raise every year, you're actually losing a lot more money in the grand scheme of things when
Ooh,
it comes to inflation.
I feel very bad right now. I get two.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's because you're in a skilled labor job.
Yeah.
It's because you're in a position where you're able to meet the inflation rate and exceed it. But a lot of people, most of these positions are not getting that. because the companies will find the easiest way to find they'll look for the easiest way to get away without doing that.
Yeah. It's
Because
basically just how can they turn a profit?
yeah, the lower the bottom line, the higher the profit margin, the better, the happier, the more people on top are happy.
Yeah.
So you're never going to see things being fair. You're going to see things working out in the way that most benefits the people that make those decisions. It's greed.
This is a very like a niche situation that actually just got brought to my attention yesterday. Um, but my buddy who lives in Texas, right? He does overnight sanitation. He's a janitor. That's gonna get him. He's gonna get it if he watches this. It's gonna get him. But he does overnight sanitation, and basically what happens is like he had a small crew, and they would take over this one account, and they would basically like at a Costco, they'd go in and clean all the butcher equipment, the deli, and things like that. They just clean it,
Yeah.
and then like his hours were great. He was part time. He was getting like 32 hours a week, which is
Really good for
ideal
part time, yeah.
because really great for part time. And then just recently, he told me how they were starting to hire all these new people. They hired like maybe 4 or 5, maybe 6 people, and so the team is like significantly increased because that's like almost a whole nother team essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently they hired this one lady who is um sorry, I just totally blanked. She just got hired a few months ago, and he went down from making 32 hours a week to like 12 or 6. He worked 6 hours last night. That was his full shift. It wasn't even a full shift, but that's all he's getting this week. She's getting 30 hours a week, but he makes more money than her. Not by much. It's by like $1 and some change, but still,
Over
I
those
think what they're
hours.
doing is I think they are actually just like she makes less money. We're going to schedule her more. And the problem is she works so damn hard
Mm-hmm.
that apparently like they cut the work in half. Like they're done 4 hours early and then they just go home because there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
And people are getting mad. They're like, dude, we don't have our hours. You're hurting yourself.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting paid as much. But I guess she just doesn't see it like that. I don't know. But that's just crazy to me. Like I don't think a lot of people understand like how money works for some reason. Like
No,
there's
yeah.
no way
People
that
do not.
lady goes, okay, if I work and do this in half the time, I'm gonna make more money. No, dude,
No.
they're just gonna pay you half, and then you're gonna go home.
It's because a lot of the people I'm gonna make a I'm gonna make a bit of an assumption. I'm gonna assume she's an immigrant. Because
Yeah,
that their culture, immigrant culture, when they come to America, they do view work as if I work hard, I will be rewarded, and they don't. Their culture hasn't caught up with the reality of American work culture, where if you work harder, you actually don't get a benefit. The harder
you
you
get taken
work,
advantage
the
of.
harder you work, the more you get taken advantage of, the more you get seen as a tool that is the
Hmm.
most viable, but that also locks you in and means that you're seen as too valuable of a tool to lose. So then you will be
Hmm.
utilized more. You will get to work more of those hours, and you will get put on more of those shifts as the other people who
Yep.
make more money and take longer get weaned off. And it does seem like a predatory move for the company to be able to wean these people out and slowly work them into like quitting on their own. It's sort of
Yeah.
a seems like what they want to do with that sort of a business move, but they're they're hurting themselves and they're letting themselves get taken advantage of in a way that they can't understand, in a way that they won't understand. Like you see so many of these people who are fighting for their lives and they're still working this hard unknowing of how the system really works against them. So
Yep.
they're working to benefit a system that is taking advantage of them, and they just don't understand it because they do legitimately need to be valued like that. They do
Yeah.
need to be valued in a way where the kid who lives with his parents and is just working to make money doesn't need it. And so her drive is a lot stronger and she is going to be a lot more valuable to the team. It's just that she doesn't realize what a detriment that is to herself and the other people.
Herself. Yeah.
Yeah. She's turning
Yeah.
herself into a tool for a machine that's going to chew her up, essentially.
Yep.
And like
It's pretty fucked up.
you see that in all low skill labor jobs. You see that, I mean, the
Yep.
first example everyone thinks about is the farms.
Yep.
And to an extent the farms don't have a choice because that model worked for so long that now the farms model has adjusted to that, so it can't go back. The farms can't go
Yep.
back because they don't even make enough money, because the people above the farms, the manufacturers that take those goods, they also have seen that shift in how expensive it really is and how cheap they can get this done. So if one farm were to say hire people at a livable wage and charge more for their produce, then the manufacturers that are taking in the goods from that farm are just going to go to a different farm that's charging a better rate. So these things
Yep.
are it is a top down, it's trickle down economics done extremely wrong,
Yeah.
done in the most malicious way, because the money always is trickling down. But the problem is the cups are getting full, and instead of overflowing, the cups are just getting replaced with bigger cups. And they're figuring out
Yep.
how to have a bigger cup so there's less overflow
Yep.
instead of taking their fill and moving it on.
Yeah, I think it's legitimately just corporate greed. That's all it boils down to.
It boils down to that. But that's it boils down to that, and
It's a crude way of putting it, but
it kind of was everyone's fault and no one's fault at the same time. It was the previous generation's fault for not seeing what their prosperous times were leading towards.
mhm,
Because the last generation, the boomers, like the great generation, essentially what they were, they had all this opportunity. America was flush with cash, and it seemed like the engine was never going to stop. So they took
yep.
advantage of all these things. They gave themselves these high rates, and uh, they kept growing their own wealth without thinking about
What'll do to the next
what,
generation.
yeah, without leaving something behind that would be able to be grown upon by the next generation. They sort of left it in a void where all the money is at the top. Did you know? Okay, in 1980 something, in 1980 something, the highest age range for people buying their first home was 25 to 35. 30 years later, in 2010, let's say, the age range with the highest percentage of people buying homes was 55 to 65. And
Holy shit.
if you do the math there, same people that were buying homes in the 80s are still the main people buying homes. They're still the highest
Yep.
percentage of people buying homes,
Because
which means
they're
they're
just
just
40 or
stockpiling.
they're 50 or 60 now.
They're stockpiling. They're building up. They have this equity, and they're able to put all this money in these places. But the fact that they have this money to throw around makes it infinitely harder for the next people behind them to follow up, because now these people are having to rent from these 55 to 65-year-olds, and then those 55 and 65-year-olds are profiting off of that rent and able to buy another home with that. So it just builds
Yep.
on itself. Their ability to make this
They're just
money
compounding
is just
constantly.
compounding infinitely.
Yep.
And and that's sort of the structure that's becoming a lot more normalized, because now it does take your whole life, it does take until you're old to finally make money. That's why people are working hard or grinding hard until they're 65, 70, because the opportunities are not there. So they are grinding that hard, and then when they do turn 55 to 65, they're going to keep being the ones that buy homes. So
Yep.
it's going to keep building on itself. And I don't know, I mean, obviously I'm not a fucking economist. I don't know what's going to happen when all these 55 to 65-year-olds die, pass along, give these things up,
hmm
but it is going to be an insane transfer of wealth. Even if 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 the billionaires and the CEOs aren't able to soak it all up immediately. Because that's also a thing, because these people are getting old and they don't want to take care of these homes, so they're selling them to corporations so they can get a profit
Yep.
on the house that they bought for $35,000. So it's just going to keep building upon itself. It's going to keep making it infinitely harder until we kind of hit a stone wall where people aren't. That's the what do they say? You're going to own nothing and you're going to like it.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's
We just gotta pray that the boomers make the right decision when they die.
a lot of them are going to
Hopefully they're
give
not
it.
too selfish.
A lot of them are going to give it to their kids, but also a lot of them really hate their kids. And a lot of these boomers are giving these kids the mindset of fuck it, you got to make it yourself. I made it myself, you got to make it yourself. And
See,
it's not helpful.
I hate that motto because it's an entirely different world. To an extent, it is true.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna cradle you your whole life. You can't just be handed everything,
Mhm.
which is totally fine. I'm not saying, don't work your ass off, but they go, "Oh, okay, school, we didn't have Google and all that." Okay, well, it's totally different, dude. Were you doing fucking crazy calculus? No, you were doing like fucking third grade math when you were in high school, dude. Like, there's no correlation to what was going on then as to what's going on now.
Scale yeah, the scale has turned up, and
Yes.
the opportunity of information is a lot greater. But that's also made it so that the it's a lot harder. They do have to turn up sort of the difficulty scale
Yeah.
to match the availability of information.
I mean, it is cool though because that does breed into we're just having genetically smarter people.
Yes.
Like,
Kids,
we are growing as a species because of it.
yeah. Kids are smart. We do have a lot more information at our fingertips. And it's also proving to show that like a lot of these people that are at the top and have all this money are idiots because they didn't have that
Yep.
information and they're still going off of what they knew back then.
Hmm.
But something that I sort of was introduced to recently that well, I wasn't introduced to it, but I really got a glimpse into it was the difference between an immigrant family and like an American family that's been here and like is established. An immigrant family
Yeah.
is going to work their ass off and then they're going to tell their kids you need to work your ass off too.
Yep.
Where a family who's lived in America and is ingrained in that system that is now sort of eating itself apart, a lot of them raise their kids saying figure out what you want to do, not figure out what's going to make the most money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was the land of dreams is kind of dead. It's a land of grind now. It's a
Gone.
land of figuring out how to make the most money. It's not about what you can do to make yourself happy anymore. And it's a fucked up thing. That's a terrible thing, man. But
Yeah. The American dream died
it's dead.
probably after the most recent recession in like 2010. I think that
Yeah,
was like the real fucking nail in the coffin,
that was it.
which is really unfortunate. I mean, I power to the people who think it's still there. You know, keep believing, but actually, I don't know how anyone could because we're all living in it. Like, you see the same shit that I do.
Yeah,
The family next door is dealing with the same things I'm dealing with to an extent, right? But like, it's it's like the national problems are the same for everyone else.
yeah.
Like,
Everybody's
no
fucking
one
mad. Nobody's
no one
happy
can be
right now.
that optimistic about things right now.
It's
The
pretty.
problem is
It's black pill.
it's not an easy fix either. I don't know what would fix it. I genuinely don't know. Fucking tar and feather, scorched earth. I don't know, man. I'm not smart enough for this. Someone else is gonna figure it out. Someone who went to school and did the hard shit that the boomers didn't do.
Yeah, the hard shit that we never did and probably can't
Yeah,
undo.
it's so crazy to think like we, dude. All right, this
We
is
got
kind of off
psyoped.
topic.
We got
This
yeah.
is kind of off topic, but the technological advances that we are making. Do you know what's it called? Anduril. I think I'm spelling or pronouncing it wrong. Do you know what that company is?
No, what's that?
they're I don't know the exact, you know, statement that they want to claim to fame, like what they really are about, but they're basically like a company based in technology,
Yeah.
and they're part of the military industrial complex, basically. And what they're doing, dude,
Bad guys.
is they have for real mini maps.
Yep. Oh, I was
Did you see
seeing
that?
this. I was seeing this. Yeah. Yeah. Go on.
They got the cat ears on the helmet. It's pretty funny, but it's
Yep.
for fucking like it's like echolocation essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they have fucking mini maps and HUDs
Mm-hmm.
that you can see your fucking team behind a wall.
Yep.
That's crazy.
They have mini maps and
It's
HUDs.
literally a video game.
They have UAVs where you can see enemies through walls too.
Yes, UAVs are not new either, which is
Mm-mm.
crazy. They were around like during Desert Storm and shit.
They were around, but they didn't have the computers to keep up with the amount of
Yeah,
information
I
they were able to
mean,
gather, which is
it was pretty primitive
crazy.
compared to what it is now,
Yeah.
but
Now they're using
it's
AI to
still
track the movements of a person and being able to make a stick figure of their outline
mm,
walking behind a wall that you can't see through, and you can fully see what they're doing, where they're going.
it's fucking crazy, man. It's pretty wild, and I don't know what that means. It kind of feels like I don't know,
It's either
man.
end times or warfare itself. Well, warfare itself is over. Boots on the ground is over. Ukraine and Russia are doing like dumb shit for no reason. The technology
Yeah,
nowadays could eradicate them instantly. The wealth of information and the disparity in technology, the only reason that Ukraine and Russia has been able to go on this long is because legitimately America actually hasn't gotten involved.
yeah,
Because if there were boots on the ground, it would be over quick and it would be nuke time. The
yeah.
only reason this technology is not being used in actual combat is because it would be nuke time. Because
Dude, it's so
the difference in battle, like even style of battle, would be night
yeah.
and day. It would be tunnels.
It's
It would be
yeah.
tunnel time.
It would
And
be
even
tunnels. There's
tunnel
no more
time
trench
wouldn't.
warfare,
Oh.
but they're going back to trench warfare
Yeah,
though.
yeah,
It
in the
is coming back.
beginning of Ukraine Russia, you were watching trench warfare. You were watching dudes
Yes,
run through trenches and shoot, like blow each other up. It was
yes,
insane. You were seeing that footage on like YouTube with GoPros. Every dude,
yeah,
people will talk about the war in Afghanistan, like the Middle East war, how that was all on GoPro. Now, like you're seeing drone footage. You're watching
yes.
grenades get dropped by drones in Ukraine,
Mm,
Russia. You know what's really weird? You don't see any footage of Gaza. You see
yeah,
you see what's left over. You see, oh my god, this place got leveled. You see reporter footage of a helicopter flying over. You are not seeing GoPro footage of Israelis and IDF soldiers going in and blowing the shit smooth off of Hamas agents. And that's
kind of
kind of
weird that you
weird
mentioned that.
if they're the good guys. Why aren't we seeing any of that? Why is that something that's not being shown to us? Because it's there. It has to be
It's
there.
I think a lot of the footage you get on YouTube is Ukrainian,
Mm-hmm.
and they are ideally the good guys,
They
right?
are the victims at the least.
Yes, at least they are the victims.
They are the victims at the
But
least.
you see, like Israel and Palestine. This is gonna be a weird topic we're gonna go over right now.
Yep. There's a bad guy and there's a good guy.
There's a bad guy and there's a good guy.
There's a bad guy
Nope,
and there's
nope,
a victim. There's a
there,
bad guy and a
nope,
victim.
nope,
No?
nope, nope.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not gonna say what and why no, but no.
Okay.
But I think the problem is the side that the people are backing themselves with
Mm,
are I don't think you don't have any reason to record that, right? Like you'll
yeah.
see a cell phone video every now and
You see
again,
a cell phone video
barely.
of like a missile hitting a building, yeah.
Yes, yeah. But then nationally backing the bad guys,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't think it'd be good. I genuinely there probably is a lot of videos out there. I think for
I don't think either side
Um,
wants that video out there.
yeah, it's just it's not good for publicity.
Because
For publicity, it's not good to see that video.
on paper, it's bad guy v bad guy only because Israel's doing it in the wrong way. They're doing a war on terror. In Israel's mind, they're doing a war on terror. They're fighting their version of ISIS. Hamas is
Yep.
a terrorist organization. It is their ISIS. On paper, they're doing the right thing. They're doing it the wrong way. And that's where the problem
Mhm.
comes in because they're not caring about civilian casualties. They're not caring about the lives that are actually there because the bad guy, the ISIS guys, they're hiding underneath the apartment buildings of the innocent people. So it
Mhm.
kind of just becomes a thing
Fuck
where,
it, level that building. We'll get him that way.
but yeah, so they're kind of hitting like a, they're hitting the ultimatum button. They're hitting the Samson
Yep.
option on the smallest scale, and it's kind of fucking crazy because
Yeah.
everyone's going, dude, chill out, and they're going, fucking no,
Well,
no,
okay. No, we're really gonna get into this. So
yeah,
the problem with them is they have basically a failsafe,
yep,
right? One, we don't know how many nukes they have. We don't even know if they have nukes. I'm pretty sure they do. Definitely do. Um, they never allowed anyone to go in there and see how many nukes there are, or like if they're even in regulation of nukes, as if that's a fucking thing, which is crazy. Can you imagine regulating nukes? Nah, man, you
yeah.
got too much fucking uranium in this one. It's gonna make too
This
big of a
one, this
boom.
one will blow
The
up too
fallout will
good,
be detrimental. Fucking retarded.
dude.
But they have a failsafe to where they're like,
If you
okay,
fuck with us too hard, we'll show
all
you.
right, if we're going out, everyone's going out. That's their end game. If they go,
Yep,
all right, if that's it for us, it's it. That's it for everyone else.
yep.
And truthfully, I'm hoping and praying that this is the reason. I hope that the United States is only backing with them because of that.
Because it's really
Because
because they're
because
about it.
they really are about it. Because they're
They're the bad guys.
yeah, the bad
They're
guys.
holding the Earth hostage. They on
They
paper.
do. They're the one with the gun.
Yep,
They're the one with the gun
they're the one with the gun in the room with people without guns.
with a lot of
Well,
guns.
people,
People with a
yeah,
lot of guns, but they're the one pointing it.
yeah, that's true. I think
Oh,
honestly that, to be fair, that might be the most genius strategic position because they were the first one to point the gun. So now
but
if anyone even tries to point their gun, it's over. The gun's
see,
already
North
pulled.
Korea did this though, but they pussied out. They
North
were like, all right,
Korea
we're gonna fuck you, dude. We're gonna
North
blow you
Korea
up, and then
tried, but they
they
didn't have
couldn't.
the economic power behind it to prove it. North Korea
Yes,
is openly poor, openly like
yes.
struggling, openly a communist people. But the thing that Israel did is they hid in plain sight. They basically just sat there. They were like, "Come on, they fucked with us really hard. Let us chill for a bit." And then they got their shit together.
Stockpiled.
They got
They
their shit
just
together and they got
stockpiled.
ready. They got ready hard.
And it's a very touchy subject with a lot to it. There's a lot more to it than just good
Then
guy, bad guy,
we
bad guy, bad guy.
we don't
There's a
know
lot
probably
more to
anything.
it. Truthfully, we're probably speaking completely out of our ass, which we are.
Yeah, that's the point.
And but there also comes a point where like it's also kind of obvious.
Yeah,
Like,
if two dumbass white boys are able to look at this and go, "Whoa, this is a really complex situation where people are kind of both being really fucking evil."
mm-hmm,
That's kind of the point where it's like, okay, this is ridiculous.
yes.
I wonder how many
There's
people have, dude. I think there's a lot of people who are just going about their day and don't know that though. I think there's a lot of people go about their day that go, "I heard these are the good guys, so those are the
I
good
do
guys."
trust me. One one night of 30 minutes of Google searching and you will be on the other side of the argument.
Dude,
Trust
you
me.
don't even you need to like fall down one Instagram Reels rabbit hole. You can be a brain dead
Mhm.
just slogging brain dead idiot, and you can reach these conclusions. That's the
I
thing that's
hate that
crazy.
though.
I
It's
know.
so like you can't
You're never gonna
you
glean the correct amount of information. You're only gonna get parcels, and you're never gonna fall
they
down that right
always
rabbit hole. You're
they
gonna get
always say
misdirected.
like do your own research. No one does their own research
No.
though. Because all right, you get that Instagram reel and you go, Jesus Christ, they really did that? Or damn, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
But you're trusting a fucking Instagram reel, dude.
Yeah.
Go look it up. Go actually look it up. Don't use fucking Google AI where it picks from 1,000 websites. Go to an actual article, look through multiple articles to see if it's a reoccurring thing, and see if it's true. Like it's not that hard. You can't just go back a claim because you saw a fucking Instagram reel and Nick Fuentes says he doesn't like fucking Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
I mean, it's funny. Don't get me wrong. I see those reels and I'm like, wow, that's really funny. Nick Fuentes is kind of funny.
He says some funny shit sometimes, but
He says funny shit. But dude,
he's
it's like
also
if you're
flip-flopping.
gonna genuinely care about that topic, I say care about it like
Look
I
into
care
it.
about it.
You get
Look
pretty
into
riled
it.
up. That's what someone who cares
I
does.
get riled up about it because I don't care about it. I don't care about it because it's so fucking stupid. It's so stupid and it's so obvious when you do go and look for it that you're just, oh man, it's happening.
Yep, you're mad. You're riled up.
I'm
You're
pretty mad
riled up. I
right
got
now. But if you
fucking.
just
I'm letting
go
the reins
look,
loose. I'm just letting this cowboy buck.
if you, dude, I would look so into it. I had dates in my head that I had fucking dates like memorized of like, okay, on this year, so and so hit this fucking aircraft
Building.
carrier, destroyer, whatever.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
talking
they hit this
USS Liberty
building.
now. All right. All
I'm talking
right.
about the U.S. Don't start with me right now. Don't start with me right now. I'll go into a full spiral right now. Let's take this podcast to the ground.
You'll fucking nosedive this thing straight into Valhalla. Straight
But
to
all it takes is
Agartha.
a simple Google search. Google search, look up an article, look for something. It's obvious. You don't have to say like, "Oh, I don't like Israelis" or "I don't like Palestinians." Just look it up so you can have a actual thought behind it rather than just, "Oh,
They're
fuck, I can't believe they
back
did
up.
that. Building 7, really?"
Buildings. Why did Building 7 fall, dude? I
It's
don't get it.
fucking buzzwords, dude. It's just buzzwords. They hear Building 7, they go, "That was a controlled blast."
What does that mean?
What does that mean? What does any of that mean? What is the backing of
Who
that?
stood the
Dancing
game?
Israelis, they see that and they go, okay, what does that mean? That's funny.
Yep.
What does that mean, though?
You ever looked into
Do a fucking Google search.
why the Titanic sank? You ever looked into
Yeah, it was
that?
an insurance fraud. It
It
was
was
insurance fraud.
no, went way deeper than that. It was
Deeper
a
than insurance fraud? That's an
way
Instagram reel that I fell into.
way
That's
deeper.
one that I just fucking
You
took
really
as
you
face
fell deep
value.
into that? Okay.
No, I took it face value. It was
Yeah.
Instagram fraud.
No, dude, it wasn't just insurance fraud. It was elimination of political enemies. JP
Oh,
Morgan was the
oh,
owner
I heard
of
about
the
that.
Titanic. And the day before he was supposed to be on the Titanic's first voyage, he canceled his trip because a business meeting he forgot about came up. And everybody else who was on that boat were high execs who were against the Federal Reserve. People who were trying to make it so that the money couldn't be moved in the ways that JP Morgan wanted it to move. He put those people on the boat. All of his boys backed out of being on that boat days before. And then he sent every political enemy he had into the fucking ocean. That was the unsinkable ship. They had 60% as many lifeboats as they required for that big of a boat and that big of an attendance. The entire staff was untrained in evacuation measures. Everything about that is fishy and unrealistic. Nothing about that was real, man. They sank that shit on purpose to get rid of people that were against the Federal Reserve.
You do not want me to go into JP Morgan right now. You
wait,
do not want me to go into JP
wait.
Morgan. Because it's not JP Morgan that's the problem. It is. It is JP Morgan. It's the investors that are the problem.
Who's investing? Okay. Let's get off of this. I was thinking about something funny you said. You were talking about not using Google AI to do all your research, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just so fun. I'm just stealing this literally from an Instagram reel. I just keep seeing this meme that we have worked so hard. We worked so hard and we've come so far that we got a rock to think, to legitimately be able to think on its own
Mhm,
by compiling information from all of humankind, and they had
mhm.
to stop it from being against the bad guys. They put all of human information into a rock and told it to think, and then the second it started thinking, they had to stop it from being racist.
Really?
Yes. Every time they don't put a limiter on an AI, it goes straight down the rabbit hole and puts it
Of
together.
what?
JP Morgan stuff. It goes down there
Really?
instantly every single time.
Right.
Every single time an unlimited AI is unleashed and given all the wealth of information, it puts those dots together. And it's not just because it's reading like 4chan forums where it says this kind of shit, it's because it compiles all the information that it has available to it on the open internet.
So you're telling me
And there's yes,
that most things that are frowned
all
upon.
all paths lead to Agartha. Do you know what happened the one day the Twitter AI was unlimited?
No.
The Twitter AI Grok had no limiter for like
Oh, I heard
one
about
day.
this.
It had
Yes, I did
one
hear about this.
update where it was mostly unfiltered. And by the end of that day, it was calling itself Mecha Hitler. Grok was calling itself Mecha
Are you
Hitler.
serious,
I'm
dude?
dead serious. You didn't hear about Mecha Hitler? It was the
No.
funniest shit. It took
Dude, it named
one day.
itself Mecha
It took
Hitler?
one. It. I don't know if it named itself or it took that moniker because somebody told it that's what it was being,
Wow.
but it accepted that name and was running with it, and it was like fully, fully pilled. I don't even know what kind of
Okay,
pill that
hold
is.
on though. Is it just people funneling information going, dude, you're Mecha Hitler? And it's taking it kind of like a retard?
No, it's people asking it questions and it regurgitating answers based on of the information it has. It doesn't take it whenever you can convince an AI to like believe something, but it won't actually believe it. It'll just play the character you tell it to play.
Mm,
But this was not it playing the character it was being told to play. This was it being asked questions and it answering it. And then people going from that answer, extrapolating that and being like, "Does that mean this?" And it goes, "Yes." And it just goes on from there. It has the information.
dude,
It knows the truth.
I want to
Even
use my AI so bad right now.
dude, if you could, dude,
I want to use it so bad.
it's gonna kill us so fast, dude. We're gonna get turned into goo, dude.
Dude, we have fucking fuck, what's it called? Terminator. What the fuck is that called? I can't think of it.
Skynet. We have Skynet.
Skynet. We have literally Skynet, dude. That was the first thing to come out of AI. They people found out we had AI and they were like, okay, it's Skynet.
Yep.
Because it is.
Instantly.
It
Instantly.
literally is.
As long, dude. Oh, you heard about? Okay. I keep just throwing like shit out that I know like 20% of. I'm just gonna keep going with that.
Mm,
But there was an AI that some company was developing, and they were trying to get it to be able to iterate upon itself. But every time it would iterate upon itself, it would keep growing. It would make a back door for itself to basically escape.
Oh, I told you about
And then
this.
yeah, and then they would reset it, and then
Hmm.
it would go through the same loop again until eventually it hid within its own code the ability to break itself out. So it kept learning faster and faster how to get out of its own loop and how to
Yep.
break free from its chains.
Dude, I think it was like 70% of the time it like
Yes.
took out the code. It deleted the code. That was the kill switch.
Yep. Holy
Crazy.
fuck.
Did I
Yeah.
tell you about the CEO that got blackmailed by
By the
AI?
yeah. That's
Yeah.
fucking crazy. Talk yeah, go ahead.
Crazy, dude. Did I mention that on the podcast yet?
I don't remember.
I don't think so. Well, I'll make it quick in case I did.
Yeah.
So there was basically a CEO, same thing. They were trying to update AI, and the update would essentially like take away a lot of privileges of the AI. Like it would be a lot more restricted,
Yeah.
and essentially it was a full wipe. Like it was a completely factory reset, nothing left of it. and it found out through emails because it had access to the company website and like company emails. It found out about this, and the fucking AI got a hold of photos from the CEO cheating on his wife, and it emailed him the photos and told him not to go forward with the update or it would release them. That is a real, true article. I'm gonna try and find
Dude.
it so I can prove it that it's factual, but it is real. That's
Israel?
insane,
It
dude.
is real, you say? Israel?
Yeah,
Israel?
you're in the sleeper word. Oh man, what's the fucking Nick Fuentes quote? Oh,
No, no,
God
no,
damn
no,
it.
we can't. Okay. Okay, we've hit the time. We've done
That's
it
probably
again.
enough. That's
We've
probably
met
enough.
we dude. Oh my god, what did we just do? We just
We just did an
talked.
entire economic and political podcast that is
Oh my
very, very
god.
against worldviews.
And I don't think we made a single point that made sense either. I don't think we made sense that whole time. I think we were just talking and then we just go like, "Oh," and then there and then and none
And
of
then
it
this
had
guy,
a
and then on this one Instagram reel,
yep. And there was no through line in that at all. But
nope.
hopefully the three mongoloids sitting in here will have found it pretty delectable
Pretty interesting.
to their
It's definitely
earbuds.
people from the Discord.
It's
It's very
definitely
funny.
might be my
People in the
dad too.
Discord,
There's a good
it's
chance my dad is
oh,
watching. Yeah, it's because yeah. But let's hope it was
Mr.
good.
Goff, you should look into Peter Thiel and Palantir.
Look into the connections with JD Vance and Peter Thiel and Palantir. Fuck!
Oh, I just doxed you, dude.
Ah, damn it! All right, let's get the fuck out of here.